You ever try so hard to fix your life that it actually got worse? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. That's physics for overthinkers. Because here's the ugly truth nobody wants to hear. The harder you try, the faster you sink. And yeah, there's science behind this. But mostly, it's just us being idiots. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll understand why your brain is sabotaging you and how to finally make it stop. Let me tell you about the worst year of my life. I decided I was gonna optimize everything. Morning routine? Check. Cold showers at 5 a.m.? Check. Meditation, journaling, meal prep, the whole productivity bro starter pack. I read 47 self-help books. I listened to every podcast with mindset in the title. I even bought a $1,000 course on high-performance habits. And you know what happened? I got worse, my work sucked. My relationships got weird. I couldn't sleep because I was too stressed about my morning routine. I was optimizing myself into a corner. And the whole time I kept thinking, I just need to try harder. More discipline. More grit. More whatever the fuck Gary Vee was yelling about that week. Then one day my friend, let's call him Dave, asks me, dude, why do you look like you're about to have a heart attack? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm crushing it. I'm hustling. You look miserable, bro. And that's when it hit me. Dave does nothing right. He sleeps in. He eats pizza for breakfast. He's never read a self-help book in his life, but somehow he's happy. He's successful. People actually like being around him. What the hell was going on? Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. There's this concept in philosophy and psychology called the backwards law. The idea is simple. The more you pursue something, the more it runs away from you. Happiness, peace, confidence, love, they all work the same way. You can't force yourself to fall asleep. The harder you try, the more awake you are. You can't make someone love you. The needier you get, the faster they leave. You can't stress yourself into being calm. That's just not how brains work. Here's what's happening in your brain. When you desperately want something, your brain enters what scientists call threat mode. Your amygdala, that's your fear center, lights up like a Christmas tree. Your body releases cortisol. Your thinking gets narrow. You make worse decisions. You look desperate. And here's the kicker. Other people can smell it. Not literally. Well, maybe literally if you're sweating enough. But they sense it. Desperate people repel opportunities. Needy people repel relationships. Stressed people repel peace. The universe basically has a built-in try-hard detector. And it hates try-hards. Think about it. Every time desperation enters the chat, things go sideways. Dating apps? The guys with please just one chance energy? Yeah, they're dying alone. Job interviews? The person who's like, I need this job, or I'm homeless. They're not getting hired. Meanwhile, the guy who's like, yeah, I'm interviewing at 3 other places too, gets the offer. Even at the gym. You know that guy who's grunting like he's giving birth to a dumbbell? He's been lifting the same weight for 2 years. Meanwhile, the chill dude who's just vibing, he's actually getting stronger. It's like the universe is playing a cosmic prank on anyone who tries too hard. Here's the best way I can explain it. Imagine you're trying to catch a bus. But instead of just waiting at the bus stop, you start chasing the bus down the street. You're running, sweating, screaming, wait, please, I need this bus. Meanwhile, the people who just stood at the bus stop, the bus comes back for them. That's life. You're not supposed to chase it down the street like a maniac. You're supposed to position yourself where it naturally shows up and then just wait. Effort? Sure, but desperate effort? That's just cardio with extra embarrassment. So after my friend Dave called me out, I decided to run an experiment. For 1 week, just 7 days, I would stop trying so hard, not stop working. Just stop the desperate white knuckle. My entire identity depends on this energy. Here's what I did. At work, I still showed up. I still did my tasks, but I stopped checking my email every 4 minutes. I stopped refreshing my analytics like a gambler at a slot machine. At the gym, I cut my workout intensity in half. Instead of destroying myself every session, I just moved. Lifted weights that felt good, stopped when I was done. In conversations, I stopped trying to be interesting. I stopped performing. I just talked like a normal human. And here's what happened. Day 3. I got more work done in 4 focused hours than I used to in 8 scattered hours. Day 5. Someone at the gym asked me for advice. Me, the guy who used to look like he was fighting for his life on the bench press. Day 7. I went on a date. Didn't rehearse jokes, just showed up, and somehow it was the best date I'd had in months. And here's the weird part. I looked taller. I don't know how. Maybe better posture? Maybe people just perceive relaxed confidence as height? The science is unclear, but I'll take it. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Here's the framework I use now. I call it the effort dial. Tomorrow, or hell, today, pick one thing you're doing. Work, task, workout, conversation, whatever. Rate your current effort level, 1 to 10. Now cut it in half. But and this is key, double your presence. What does that mean? 10's 10 to effort, 310 presence. You're at the gym, but you're thinking about work. You're scrolling between sets. You're there, but you're not there. 5/10 effort, 10/10 presence. You're doing fewer reps, lighter weight, but you're fully locked in. No phone. No distractions. Just you and the movement. The second one wins. Every time. At 4, the deeper truth. Here's the deeper truth nobody talks about. Life doesn't reward effort. It rewards alignment. Think about water. Water doesn't try to flow downhill. It just does. Because that's its nature. A tree doesn't try to grow. It just grows. Because that's what trees do. But humans, we're the only species dumb enough to fight our own nature. We think success requires suffering. We think happiness requires constant effort. We think love requires performance. And then we wonder why we're exhausted. Real mastery isn't about more effort. It's about better energy. The tryhard looks busy, stressed, desperate. Like he's one coffee away from a breakdown. The master looks unbothered, calm. Like he's already won. And guess which one people want to work with? Promote. Date. Be around. It's not the guy who's trying harder. It's the guy who makes it look easy. Because confidence isn't loud. It's quiet. It's I don't need to prove anything energy. And you can't fake that. You can only embody it by letting go of the desperation. Act 5, the close. So yeah, the harder you try, the faster you fail. Not because effort is bad, but because desperate effort is poison. Life rewards the people who show up, do the work, and then let go. Stop gripping life like it's a steering wheel on fire. Loosen up. Breathe. Smile. You'll perform better. Think clearer. And weirdly enough, people will trust you more. Look, I'm not saying don't work hard. I'm saying don't work desperate. There's a difference between the guy building something he loves and the guy who's terrified of failing. One of them succeeds. The other burns out and blames the universe. Be the first guy. If this hit home, drop a less is more in the comments. And if you want more brutally simple truths that'll ruin your overthinking habit in the best possible way, hit subscribe. Because the next video, it's about why your brain lies to you about literally everything. And trust me, you're going to want to see that one. Peace.